What's up, everybody? bboyspaz here, and it's been a minute. As you see, cut the hair, had to get rid of it, couldn't take it anymore. But here we are with Ask bboyspaz episode 8, I believe. It's been a minute. I've been working and things, so I'm still trying to do it. And the question I got, I cannot find it. I remember getting it on YouTube, but I can't find it anywhere. But basically, dude was asking me tips on going about finding samples, like actually spotting them when you're listening to like a track or something. So I'll just give you a couple tips, kind of things I look for and listen to. Maybe we'll listen to a record or something. Let's see what goes down. Yeah. So basically, when trying to find samples and listening to a record, there's a couple of different categories or things that I listen out for. You can't just listen out for one, because honestly, you don't ever know how you're going to sample anything. The way the track sounds is going to totally change how you might sample it. And then also, it's person to person and how they like to sample. Some people like to find really nice loops and just loop them up. Some people like to extremely just destroy a sample and chop it to little bits. There's all types of things, but I do think that generally there's something that's just going to be there in a sample that just totally makes it on point. So one of the things I first listened to is the melodic content or the chord progression. Chord progression is extremely, extremely important. You're going to want something that like will loop in a change. And the thing I found too is that normally, if you know anything about music theory, you'll find, at the end of a phrase, so let's say you have a measure or 4 measures, at the end of that phrase or by the 4th measure, there's going to be some type of turnaround that will lead back to the first chord. Turnaround chords are actually really nice to loop because they work almost for just like leading chords because they lead back to themselves. So I look for stuff like that, really nice solid melodies, really nice solid chord progressions. If you can get a hot chord progression, that's all you need. Nice bass lines, so on and so forth. Second thing to look for is rhythmic content. There's a lot of samples that just have like really hot drums going on in them, and you just can't deny it. You hear it and you're like, oh, that's it. That is the sample right there. So that's something else to really try and find. Let's see if I have an example of any of those I just named just on right offhand. I don't think I do. But what we'll do real quick, let's listen to, I got this record a while ago actually, this Wes Montgomery stuff. Pretty nice. I haven't actually found anything I want to sample, but I've actually gone through and listened to a couple of things that was kind of like, And that's another tip too. If you hear anything at all that even just tickles your fancy, go ahead and just grab it and sample it, because you never know what you might do to it. Yeah, so let's check this out. So you hear how this, right now there's not much going on, but it's just chord hits. You could take each one of those and then rearrange them if you wanted to, and it could be anything. So this isn't too bad. Another thing I like to do sometimes that will help me hear a sample is speed up the record. So I'll put it on like the 45 speed, so I can get an idea of what it's going to sound like when it's pitched up or when I'm messing with it and things like that. So that could potentially be chopped in a way that would just be stupid. Let's see what else we got on here. Yeah, like, do you hear those chords? That's crazy. So even that little beginning part is kind of nice. Yeah, like you could totally do something with that. So it really just depends on the song, how you feel about it, chord progression, rhythm, and then just your own ear. Um, that's actually something else I'm going to talk about in another episode. Is just ear training, getting your ear up on point, and just like actually getting on the music and really listening to it. But that's basically some tips for finding samples. If you have any more questions about it or have any like really specific questions, get at me. I'll make more videos about finding samples. One thing too that I really believe is that if you don't respect the music that you're listening to, you really shouldn't be sampling. Like, if you can't sit down and listen to this record and be like, this is hot in the first place, I like listening to this, don't sample, because basically you're just like taking stuff and digesting it and just like passing it through you and not really caring about it. You're not going to learn anything unless you actually listen to what happened before you. So keep that in mind as well. Sampling is its own art and you should really respect it. So yeah, man, just keep all those in mind and hit me up with questions if you need anything. And I'm still here, still doing some stuff, so don't forget to subscribe to the page. All right, peace.